107.5 WGCI, it's your boy, the Dusty Legend, Leon Rogers. Block party most definitely in effect. You never know who comes through on the show with me today. I got my man, comedian extraordinaire, Saturday Night Live. He done it all. Finesse Mitchell in the building. What's cracking, Daddy?
Leon, can you please add Arthur to the long
Arthur,
list of
okay.
credits?
Okay,
Arthur now.
Best-selling author. Watch, we shooting for that right now.
I want to thank Chicago because you got the book flying off the shelves. It's called Your Girlfriends Only Know So Much. If you don't know me, I got my own relationship column in Essence Magazine. You can Google Finesse Mitchell and I'll pop up. But right now, man, it's about BET's Comic View reunion.
Man.
Put it down with Leon Rogers.
Yes,
where were we? North Carolina?
North Carolina, the second year I ever did BET Comic View.
I think that was my second year.
And that's when Damon came out with the ill powder blue suit on, playing to the crowd.
Yes,
and you know, Finesse showed love to the Noops when he came off stage. He got his little twirl on.
Yo, Tommy, don't take no mess from Steve, man. You know what I'm saying? He may write the check, dog, but yo, that Crimson and Cream don't die or lie. So you need to go out there and represent it right.
So what you in the shop for, man?
Man, the book signing is at Borders tonight, 7 p.m. on 95th Street, and that's pretty much that's why I'm here, man. I couldn't get to Oprah directly, so I said I'm gonna just start with Borders. And I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm in the shot, and I'm letting people know that I got the book for the holiday season. It's called Your Girlfriends Only Know So Much. Ladies, this is for you. Fellas, this is for you too, because I know all these fellas got women out here that be annoying them with relationship questions. What is he doing this? And what does this mean? And if I say this? So now you can just give them a book. They got a one-stop shop where they can just go through each chapter and figure out whatever they need to find out about their man.
Now, being a comedian, man, a lot of people think all we do is crack jokes. That's it. We just funny. Were you always a writer? Was this always something you wanted to do or dreamed of doing, writing a book? Or did you just get up one day and say, you know what, man, I'm finna flip the script and write a book?
Man, I used to always write from back in the day. I used to be the dude that would turn in the poetry for the Weekly Reader every Friday from my elementary school. So, I used to always write. And then when I got to... when I actually got into comedy, I just used to write jokes for myself. I used to sit up there and listen to other people's jokes and try to punch their jokes up. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to SNL, it was a perfect fit because it was an institution where you had all the historical stars that come through there, right. But they showed you a work ethic on how to get a show off. You start on a Wednesday and have a real show by Saturday. That's a lot of writing and a lot of disappointment and a lot of trial and error and throwing stuff up against the wall and making it stick. But the most important thing you learn is getting in front of that computer and putting it down.
Let's talk about SNL for a minute, man, because I was like, when it was like Finesse is on Saturday Night Live, it felt like, one of the underdogs had got on, because we all look at each other, we travel on the road, we see each other, and to get something big like that, how did you go about getting that gig, and what was it like? Just, man, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, some great black comedians, Gary Morris have been on that show, and for you to walk in those
footsteps. And the crazy Tracy Morgan,
right.
Son. Can't forget about Tracy.
Can't forget about Tracy Morgan.
But man, I heard about Tracy leaving. Well, it was all through. It was, I heard about it through somebody from Chicago. Everybody was outside the Laugh Factory out in L.A., and I believe I heard D-Ray or somebody saying that Tracy Morgan was leaving the show and they auditioning for Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
So, they looking for the new black guy. And I'm like, I'm black.
Exactly.
Let me send him my tape. So I sent them my tape, and next thing I know, man, they invited like 6 of us from L.A., but we were in a group of about 30. So they narrowed it down to 15, and they narrowed it down to that 6. And there was 4 of us from the 6 in L.A., and then they narrowed it down to 3, and they ended up choosing me, Keenan Thompson, and J.B. Smooth.
Wow.
But it was one of those situations where everybody on the streets was listening, because we like, yo, I heard J.B. Smooth getting close.
Man, right.
I heard Finesse getting close.
Right.
And it was one of those things where I was like, man, I get close all the time, but I never get it. And next thing I know, man, I'm like, they called me up. Finesse, you want to be a cast member on Saturday Night Live? I was like, ah.
Last thing before I leave, and I got to ask you this, man. Mm-hmm. Now, let's go back to your college days, dude.
All right.
You went to the U.
Yeah.
Were you a ball player?
Yes.
What made you stop? And did you think you had a shot at the league?
On the real, man, it was grades. Man, I was running around there with a 1.5 GPA, trying to play at Kappa and play ball and be an engineering. And I ended up, and the only thing that stuck was the Kappa. So I want to give a big shout out to all the noobs out there. I almost flunked out for you, baby, but I got it popping.
You played receiver, right?
I played cornerback and strong safety, man, with Warren Sapp, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And for the first 2 years, man, I had a really good seat watching the games. You couldn't have a better seat than I had watching these games. And on going into my sophomore year, I got hurt really bad, and my GPA just wasn't hitting, and that was it for me.
One more time, man. Borders.
Yeah, my Borders, 7 p.m., November 16th.
Today.
It's today.
Day after payday. I always know that
7
one.
p.m. is a good weekend. If you can't make it to Borders, or you're going to check this out on Saturday, get to the Borders, get to a Barnes & Nobles, or click on Amazon.com. Wherever you go, the book is out. It has that real pub to it, you know.
And they can also catch you doing some stand-up at Just Joking out in Waukegan this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Sonya D.
Yeah, that's our girl.
Just Joking, Waukegan. I will be there. If you're in the area, come check out Sonya. Come check out Finesse. I'm bringing Kedar Whittle with me from Hell Date. Kedar from Hell Date. If you love the show Hell Date on BET, he'll be there. So big shout out to Kedar. And I also want to make sure people go to FinesseMitchell.com. That's my website. You can get to my MySpace page from there. If you just go straight to the MySpace page, it's Finesse Mitchell 2. Because I messed up Finesse Mitchell 1. And they locked me out of 1. So we got to go to Finesse Mitchell 2.
All right, man. Big shout out to my man, Finesse Mitchell. Appreciate you for coming by the block party, man. Go get the book. Go to FinesseMitchell.com. And, brother, it's just good to see you.
Good
and
to
to
see you
back on, on top.
You know what? I'm throwing stuff up against the wall, and SNL was a starting point. And they not shocked, but they just looking at me like, man, what else you going to do? And I'm not stopping.
Appreciate you, brother. Let's go get some cocaine and white women.
All right, here we go. Bam.